Hello, third grade readers. Welcome to our lesson today on main idea and details. So you should have already watched the video and learned a little bit about Winter the dolphin. And today we're going to read an article involving Winter and completing our main idea and details. So go ahead and get your Winter the dolphin article, and it will be paper clipped together with your graphic organizer. Now this graphic organizer is two-sided. We're going to use one side together, and then you will be using the other side tomorrow for your lesson. So what I would like you to do now is, once you have your article, I want you to pause the video and I want you to read the article Winter's Tale. It starts down here with Mosquito Lagoon, goes down to the bottom, and then it's up on the back part. So you need to have read through this article before completing our activity in our lesson today. So I want you to pause, read through the article, and then come back to the lesson in the video when you are finished reading it. All right, welcome back. You should have read our article. And what we're going to do, just like we did in our last Ready book, is we are going to try to determine the main idea of this article. And remember, main idea is, what is it all about? It's like the ice cream cone that's supporting all of the scoops of ice cream. So what is this story telling me all about, and what are the components? Now, when I read this article, I kind of noticed three sections. There was this introduction section, which was paragraphs 1 and 2. And I'm even going to number those, 1 and 2. And then there was this second section that had paragraphs 3, 4, and 5 in it. And then on the back, there was a third section that had paragraphs 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 in it. Okay. So because I noticed that there were three sections, I'm going to use those three sections in my chart as my three key details. So I'm going to write a little brief detail from the first section, a brief detail from the second section, a brief detail from the third, and then put them together to find the main idea. So if I'm looking at the first section, I notice that the first paragraph here talks a little bit about how basically Winter the dolphin had gotten trapped in the crab trap, and it coiled around her tail, and it basically started to cut off circulation. And then I noticed that the second paragraph in that one talks about them bringing her in as the baby. So if I want to summarize that, I'm going to start off by saying Winter the dolphin, and I want to talk about who it is. Winter the dolphin was curious. And if I looked back, it kind of tells me that she was curious and swam too close. So she was curious and got stuck in a crab trap. Scientists rescued her. So I'm summarizing what I read in those first two paragraphs, or that first section. I'm not giving every detail. I don't need to know that it wrapped around her tail fully, that she pulled, where she was. Those are all details, but they're not big key components. What I'm looking for is the big picture. We kind of talked about that when I say, what did you do today? I don't need to know every detail, just a statement of generality. All right, then I'm going to look at what the second section was about. So I see a heading, a struggle to survive, which is a good clue of what this section's main idea is. So in this section, a struggle to survive, I noticed that it talks about how her tail was thin and white, that it fell off, she had that stump on it, and then as I continued down, it looks like they're helping to feed her, get her stronger. But this is when that part of, like, she's not swimming like normal, and it might be causing her issues. So this section is talking about how Winter is trying or wants to survive, and the scientists are helping her. So let's summarize that as our sentence here. Winter's tail, and I'm putting apostrophe S because the tail belongs to Winter. Winter's tail fell off and she struggled to swim correctly. So I'm taking all three of those paragraphs and putting them together in a simple sentence. I don't have to have all the details. The details are important when I'm reading the story, but to retell it, I can just simply say her tail fell off and she struggled to swim correctly. That was the issue that was occurring here in the second part of our paragraph, or second section. Then we're going to look at that last section on the back, and I notice that the heading here says a new tale for Winter, which gives me an indication my detail is going to have something to do with her new tail. And so I read through that they made that artificial tail for her, that they had to make sure that it was bendable, it would fit on her properly, and that she would learn how to swim with it. And that she has become an inspiration to others because she has this artificial tail. So I want to summarize all that together into my third detail. Winter received an artificial, which means fake, tail, A-I-L, tail like on a dog, to help her swim correctly. She is an inspiration to others. Now, this section was a little bit longer and had kind of two components, so I'm going to put two sentences here. The first part was about that tail, but it did end that section by talking about her inspiration to others. So I've pulled those together. Now I have to summarize or give the total main idea. So if I were to put all of these ice cream scoops in my cone, what would I say that this story was all about? What is the big picture here? And the big picture here is Winter, the Dolphins' life story. So I'm going to summarize and say that this entire article basically gave me Winter the Dolphin's life story. What happened from the beginning and why is she an inspiration today to others? So it's kind of going from that past all the way up into the future. Okay, so tomorrow you are going to do a different article. You guys are going to read the article Dolphins that's attached to your winter one. You're going to read all about the different parts of a dolphin, and you're going to fill out your main idea and details. I'm going to give you a little hint when you do this. You're going to use this paragraph, and this one. So paragraphs 2, 3, and 4 for your details. So you're going to give me a summary of paragraph 2 as your first detail, a summary sentence of paragraph 3 for your second detail, and a summary sentence of paragraph 4 for your third detail. Then put them all together and tell me what was this whole article about. Okay, so just like we did today, and we had split our story into the different sections, section 1, section 2, and section 3. We use those sections to help us find our details. You're going to do the same thing tomorrow with the dolphin story, using section 2, 3, and 4 as your detail components, and then telling me what it's all about. Okay, so tomorrow you will use this organizer on the back for the dolphin story and turn that in to show me that you are able to figure it out on your own.